Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I am so happy you found us. Today we're back in my kitchen, and we are doing snacks for the holidays, and I guarantee you by the time we're done you will be drooling. So before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you'll know every time we upload a video. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and share, your snacks as we go and we get into this. Be sure and share your special holiday snacks down below in the comments too. I'm always looking for good recipes, and I will try them on a future video. So let's get started. Come on. Okay, so you can't see me, but that's okay because I'm not important here. The first holiday snack I'm going to make is a super simple one. It is peanut butter kiss cookies. Now, I am not making peanut butter cookies from scratch because honestly that's just so hard, and with my hands because of CRPS it's almost like arthritis. They just don't work sometimes. So what I'm going to do, and I'll show you in just a second, is I am going to use a refrigerated peanut butter cookie dough. And what I'm going to do is I'm putting some sugar in a little bowl. And just like a homemade recipe, after it's all mixed, you would take some dough, and I'm going to take a little dough ball, and you roll it to make it more round, because those are kind of, see the difference? Square and round. So you roll it into a ball, you roll it into the sugar, and we're going to put it on our cooking sheet that I have already lined with parchment paper. And I love to use parchment paper. The cookies don't stick, they bake evenly. It's just like my favorite thing. And this is what it looks like after it's rolled. I don't roll it 100%, but if you want to really coat it, you can. This is probably the only dessert I use real sugar for instead of Splenda, because my husband's diabetic, but for the holidays he manages his diet, and this is like a treat that he, like I said, he manages so he can have 1 cookie or 2 cookies a day. So I don't fully coat them, but again, it's personal preference as well. So I'm just going to roll these up real fast. I only put about 9 on my cookie sheet, as you can see, because I don't want them just to cook and run into each other. I'm not trying to create a traffic jam. So I'm going to speed it up and get these all rolled out. Okay, they are all rolled out, and I'm just going to pop them in the oven. I'm going to move the cookie dough out of the way for a minute, and the sugar. And while the cookies are in the oven, I'm going to unpeel 12 chocolate kisses, because you kiss the cookies as soon as they come out while they're hot, so the chocolate melts into that hot peanut butter cookie. And I always put my cookies in sideways, that way they all are in there evenly, instead of having it long ways where some are more out towards the door of the oven. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my kisses. And I didn't show you the brand of the peanut butter cookies because it doesn't matter. Just use whatever you get, or you can do homemade. It's totally up to you. Okay, so I'm just going to unwrap 12 of these cookies really fast. Okay, the kisses are all unwrapped, and I just set them on the counter to wait for the cookies. And we will be back when the cookies come out of the oven. Okay, they are about to come out of the oven. I have not opened the oven door since I stuck them in, because that way they cook evenly and don't stop cooking. The temperature of the oven doesn't, change. And the way you know the peanut butter cookies are done is they will get all these cracks on top. So I've already got my Kisses peeled. I'm just going to come and pop them down on these hot peanut butter cookies and let them just melt into the cookie. Oh, they smell. I wish this was Smell-O-Vision, Smell-O-Video. Anyway, put all my Kisses on, and these just look beautiful. And like I said, the way you can know that your peanut butter cookies are done, even without opening the door, is if the tops are cracked, they are cooked, and you can take them out or let them cook a little bit longer if you like them crunchy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them from the cookie tray onto a cooling rack over here so they can finish cooling, and I can do the next set. Now I'm not going to film that because, you know, how many times do you need to watch me roll peanut butter squares into circles and get them in sugar, right? But I will come back and talk to you again once those are about to come out of the oven. And I'm just going to bring one up close. Doesn't that look delicious? Yum. Okay, we will be back in just a bit. Hey guys, okay, so the second batch is out of the oven, and I'm kissing them real quick because you want to do it fast so the chocolate gets in that hot peanut butter cookie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and take my vintage cookie plate, it's plastic, and put in my cookies that I've cooled. And we're going to talk about our next snack. So the next one is, we're going to take, the next one's salty, by the way, it's savory, and we're going to take pecans, raw pecans, and we're going to season them up and bake them in the oven until the seasoning gets, you know, baked on. We don't want the pecans to get mushy, we want them to stay firm. There we go. I'm just going to dump this whole bag of pecans in here, and as you can see, they have nothing on them at all. They're just plain pecans. Okay, then I'm gonna put in some olive oil, and I just kind of work it around to coat them, and I'll use a spoon to kind of stir them all so everything gets coated, and I'm gonna do it as I go. Olive oil will just help the other stuff stick and will help them crisp up. The next ingredient is going to be Worcestershire sauce. And again, I just put till I think there's enough in there to coat them all. And I'm going to stir again. It's like add ingredient, stir, add ingredient, stir. But that has a lot of seasoning in it, and it adds a lot of flavor to the pecans. Next, I'm going to add in some onion powder. I had quite a bit because seasonings tend to cook off. Some garlic powder. And he likes everything with a bit of a kick, so I'm going to add some Tony saturates. I didn't add a lot because I want to eat some too. Last, I'm going to add salt, and I'm going to add sea salt, you have to add a bit because nuts are, if you've ever eaten a plain pecan, they're not very flavorful. Okay, after that, I'm just going to come over to my pan. Then the pans. And spread them out with the spoon that I've been stirring them with. Get them as flat of layer as possible. Okay, once I get them all flat, I'm going to just go back with my seasonings one more time. Just in a back and forth sweeping motion. And the Tony Saturates. And just a little more salt, but not a lot. And I'm going to pop them in the oven. And remember, we pop everything sideways. That's more even cooking for the whole cheese. Okay, as those are cooking, we're going to go ahead and go to our next snack, which is super easy. We're going to take, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 kisses and put them in this little bowl. I'm going to pop them in the microwave for 10 seconds. After the first 10, I will pop them in for 5 seconds at a time till they are melted. I'm not melting very many, so it shouldn't take too many times. I don't want to do more than 5 seconds after the initial 10 though, because chocolate burns and it stinks and it burns easily. If you've never burnt chocolate before, you are such a lucky person. Okay, I've got all the candy kisses unwrapped. So before I pop them in though, I want to cut up my banana. This snack is a banana dipped in chocolate with a little sea salt on top and frozen. Since we are dipping our banana in our chocolate, we want to make sure our banana is cut before our chocolate is melted, because our chocolate will harden back up pretty quickly. So I'm going to peel my banana. This banana is a firm banana because you don't want mushy, you want it to hold its shape. So I'm going to cut it into, about, I don't know, let's see here. Move you down so you can. I'm going to cut it into, about right there. If you love bananas, you'll like this. If you hate bananas, just skip to the next one. Oh, by the way, all of the snacks are time-stamped in the description below. Okay, so I'm going to put that in for 10 seconds. Stir it up. And take my first banana. So I did some totally dipped and some not totally dipped. And you know what? I'm going to eat that one. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. They are not pretty, but you get the idea. And then you just put a little bit of salt. Now if you want a prettier presentation, definitely get some bigger chunk sea salt. But I did not really want to go to the trouble because I had this, and you know, it's all about being budget friendly too. And that's the point of these recipes. If you don't have something, maybe substitute if you can. Anyway, these will be better than they look, I promise. The bananas were a salty sweet snack. Now this next one is also going to be a salty sweet snack. And before I cook my popcorn, I'm going to cut up a Snickers bar. And my mom used to make this for us all the time, and oh my gosh, it's delicious. You take popcorn and you pop it, and I'm just going to use half a bag because I'm going to use the other half in another snack. You take a bag of popcorn, you take a Snickers bar and cut it into pieces about that size, and then you cook your popcorn, and when it's done, you throw the candy in with the hot popcorn, and and just let it melt and get ooey gooey. And the Snickers has caramel, it has peanuts, it has chocolate, and then the salt of the popcorn. It's to die for. Like I said, I'm only going to do half because I'm going to use half the popcorn in another snack as well. Alright, my popcorn I'm using is just Orville Redenbacher's natural popcorn. It's the one I like, so it's what I use. Use whatever you like. Our pecans are ready, so I'm going to take those out. And how good do those look? Nice roasted pecans. That is a great holiday snack. Let me tell you, look. I put it down because my hand is burning. Look how good those are. Those look delicious. And I'm going to put my hot popcorn in this bowl, and then I will stir in that, and you can see how delicious that is. And then we'll do our last snack. I hope you've enjoyed my snacks for the holiday season that me and my family enjoyed during this time of year. Okay, our popcorn is done. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to put some in my bowl. Then I'm going to put in my chopped up pieces of Snickers. Like I said, my mom used to make this for us, and it is so good. And I'm going to put some hot popcorn on top of that. Let it sit for a few minutes. Okay, now let me dig down in here for you, and you can see some beautiful chocolatey popcorn with Snickers. And the longer you let it sit in there, the better it will be. But it is so good. That sweet, that salty is so good. Okay. Last holiday snack is really super easy and super fun. You can take a bowl, you can take a bag even, whatever you want. And you don't need a bowl this big. This is just all I have left. Okay? Take a bowl and dump in the rest of our popcorn. We're going to dump in some Cheez-Its. And take some M&Ms. And we're going to take some Smokehouse almonds and just gently stir it up. Get a clear bowl. All the